My next guest got a huge fight against Lerone Murphy, UFC 308, October 26th. It is Dynamite Dan Ige back here on the program. Dan, how you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. Just wrapping up training for the day. I got one more session and then I'll be done. But feeling really good. About 5.5 weeks out from the fight, and just working on getting better every day. So here we are talking to you now. So how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Not everyone asks how I'm doing, but I'm doing great. I had a couple interviews, did a live stream earlier. Life's good, man. But it must be nice getting 5 weeks notice or even longer than that for this fight than 3 hours, huh? Because it seemed like you got this fight shortly after the Diego Lopes fight, right?
Yeah, and definitely it's nice to have the time to actually fully prepare. I got the fight a little bit after the Lopez fight. I was kind of waiting and hearing. I was, because I was hoping I was going to fight on the Sphere card. And once that got about 7-8 weeks out, I kind of realized it's not happening. Let's just see what happens. And then, shortly after they offered me the fight with Lerone Murphy in Abu Dhabi. So I'm pretty happy about it. It's a great headliner with Max and Topuria. So I was just out in Hawaii too. So just to be able to, right when I found out about the fight and I saw his fight announced, I got to train with them for one day. That was cool. So yeah, it's just nice. Two Hawaiians will go out there and claim what's ours and take it home.
Yeah, it's going to be a great fight. I mentioned Diego Lopes. What did you make of his win over Brian Ortega on Saturday? Pretty dominant victory. He almost finished Ortega in the first round.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he made it look easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So nothing's easy, but the way he went out there, he hurt Brian early, and anyone could say, yeah, he could have finished him, but he took a risk. I think he wanted to make a point. I think he wanted to try to submit him just to prove a point, but that costed him, and then he had to go through a 3-round fight. But for the most part, he dominated. He looked really good in every aspect of the stand up and the grappling, and yeah, he's a hard hitter, man. I felt his power when I was in there with him, and but if anything, it just gives me more confidence. He's number 3 now, and to be able to fight a guy like that on short notice and literally 3 hours notice, and not actually game plan for someone like that, and still have moments in the fight. It just gives me confidence in anything else. So.
And just quickly, the main event, obviously, Merab dominating Sean O'Malley. What did you think of Merab's performance? And did you think Merab was going to win that fight going in?
Honestly, I mean, I was kind of 50-50. I like Merab a lot. I see him all the time in Vegas. So, I was rooting for him. But I saw both sides. I could see Merab getting knocked out, and I could also see what he did. I saw both things happening, and Merab was just able to capitalize, and he made it look easy. He did what he does best, and he stuck to his game plan, and he's just he's a real problem. He has insane cardio. He doesn't get tired, and he's not afraid to get tired. So that's a problem for anybody.
Let's talk about Lerone Murphy. Like yourself, has been doing a lot of great things in the division. Just how are you looking at this fight stylistically as far as what you bring to the table against him?
Yeah, man, he's been fun to watch. I really enjoyed, seeing his last fight and him coming out victorious against Barboza. That was his first fight in the States, from my knowledge, and just him come and conquer that hurdle and get a main event victory. Something I haven't done. I've had 2 chances, and so for him to go through a 5-round war, and he looked really good. So. I'm just looking forward to a very good competitive fight. I'm sure he's feeling confident, coming off that win. He's undefeated. He's had some close fights, but he's undefeated. And so I feel like he'll bring confidence to the table, and it'll just make for a great fight. We were supposed to fight in the past. It didn't happen because of injuries, but here we are now, and let's hope we both make it to the fight healthy, and we'll see each other in 5 weeks.
Anything different for this camp, or is it just business as usual as far as training partners and everything else going into this one?
Pretty much the same stuff. We just continually get better and work on certain areas of our game. Try to just focus on what we do best. We had Bryce Mitchell in town.
Oh, cool. I saw him yesterday with Sean Strickland getting a ride or something.
Yeah, so, just when you have a guy like that, I try to work with him, and just pick his brain on certain areas where he's good at, right? So yeah, it's just nice to change it up. But as usual, I have great training partners. You know, Jeremy Kennedy, Kai Kamaka, Kobe Fair, got all just a bunch of killers. Patchy Mix, some of the best guys in the world that I just train with every day, and we all elevate our games and get better and better.
How long did you get to train with Bryce? Has he been there for a bit, or has it just been a couple days?
He came for 3 days, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I got a lot of grappling with him, some sparring with him yesterday. Today we worked a lot of technique and drills on the stand-up and the ground and the wrestling. So he's heading back home, but I think he really liked the training. He liked the environment, the camaraderie of the team, and I think he wants to come back out here. So, you know, he's always welcome. I love training with guys that I've fought in the past just to, you know, when the stakes aren't as high, you can actually work things and try things. I got to try things I didn't try in the fight, or he got to try things that, you know, it's a lot different when you're fighting for your life and you're fighting for your family and your finances. There's a lot more stakes on the line. So when it's training, we just put our egos aside and we get better. So it was nice to, you know, train with some different guys like that.
I think that's awesome. That's one of the best parts of the sport is, you know, you guys get in there, you fight, and then you can, you know, help each other out after, which is really cool. That's not surprising to hear that for either of you. I mentioned Abu Dhabi. When are you heading down there, and who's going to be making the trip with you as far as your corner?
I'll be heading out a little early. I'm gonna go out probably the week before fight week. My brother-in-law Skyler will fly with me. Eric's going to be in Saudi Arabia cornering Francis the week before, so he'll fly from Saudi and he'll meet me in Abu Dhabi probably Sunday before fight week. And then yeah, once we're out there, business as usual. But I'll do majority of my training here in the States, and then just as I'm beginning to peak and taper, I'll head over to Abu Dhabi and get acclimated real quick and, you know, get into a fight.
How's this fight playing out on October 26th? I think this is definitely a candidate for fighting the night with both your styles.
Yeah, man, it's an important fight for both of us. It's an important fight for Lerone because, you know, look at some of the top guys that I fought. If they get past me, they're usually moving on to a top 5 or a title shot. You know, you look at Zombie, fought for the title. Emmett fought for the interim title. Lopez, he's number 3 now. All these guys that when they beat me, that they're going into the highest level of the division. For me, this is just my opportunity to get back, climb the ladder, and prove that I'm one of the best as well. So I'm just really looking forward to the fight. No, necessarily. I don't necessarily have a prediction because I always prepare. You know, I've seen everything. I've visualized all the good, all the bad. I've accepted everything, and I'm just gonna go in there and be free and let my training take over, and you know, obviously look to finish the fight.
Max Holloway, Ilia Topuria also on your card. Who's winning that? Your division.
I got Max Holloway. I just he's really good. So is Topuria, but I think Max is gonna get it.
So obviously you got a pretty big payday, and I think a new contract as well when you took the Lopez fight, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Yeah.
So a couple fights, I'm assuming. I got to ask, with that extra money, what did you put it into? Anything interesting? Because I know you're smart with your money, Dan. You're not going to the club and wasting it on bottles or anything, right?
No, I bought a house before the fight. So I bought my second house, and yeah, we got the fight opportunity, and I invested most of it. I'm getting my truck oil changed right now, so I did buy a new truck. Got a Raptor R. So
oh, nice.
fun.
My dad has a Raptor. It's a great truck. It can pretty much run over anything.
Oh yeah, so that's been fun. I just got that, and but nothing crazy. Just, you know, take care of the family, invest some money, and keep setting myself up for the future.
Smart. Last question: how's fatherhood these days? I know the kids are. Well, is your son old enough to be? How old is he now? I was trying to remember.
Yeah, he's 3.5. So he's wrestling now.
No way! Really? Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We put him in a couple months ago, and it was like an 8-week thing, and he passed the first kind of level. It's all games, like fun and more so gymnastics. and then he just started his level 2 yesterday, so he's going 2 days a week now. And it's again just mostly games and playing, but they get a little more, like he'll probably learn a double leg and learn some stuff. So it's just fun to watch. But I'm not gonna push him or force him to do it. But he loves it, so I'll let him do it. And then my daughter's 6 months old, so she's just
Not doing
not even
wrestling. Yeah.
wrestling yet.
No double legs yet.
Probably soon.
Yeah, no, for sure. Are you going to put your kids in any other sports, or just like I guess just whatever's available, whatever's convenient? Because I know some parents, like for me, both my kids, I'm putting them in a bunch of different stuff and then seeing what sticks. But I know some people like to stick in one lane.
No, I don't want to stick in one lane. I want him. He did gymnastics. Now he's doing wrestling. Um, if he wanted to play soccer or something like that, I do that, or jiu-jitsu. Like, I don't want to push him to be a fighter, but I think martial arts are some of the best things kids can learn. Just
good discipline, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll stick to that for now. But if he gets into, I know he loves motorcycles and riding bikes. Maybe he wants to do that. So who knows?
There we go. Father of the Year. Dan, thanks so much for doing this. I appreciate it. I'll get you back to your oil change. I know they can take a bit, but hopefully it didn't take up too much time. If there's anyone you want to thank before we get out of here, any sponsors, any social media you want to mention, I'll give you the last word.
No, thank you guys. I just appreciate all the fans and supporters. You guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter or X at DynamiteDan808. Thank you.